the whole time. It's so different to be up here, though, talking about my own stuff, So our official talk today is marketing basics for consistent cash flow, but really what we're talking about is making more money, doing what we love, and getting out of overwhelm. Is that cool? Because I know a lot of, raise your hand if you're a little overwhelmed from just listening to the speakers in the last 2 days. Yeah? No? Okay. Well, we're going to help you with that. All right. So I am here, hopefully, who wants to make a lot more money than they have in the past? Okay? That should be everybody. Because even if you're making $1 million, wouldn't it be nice to make two? Right? Okay. And how many of you want to make a lot more money than you have in the past, doing what you love, or continuing doing what you love? Raise your hand. All right. And how many people want to make a lot more money doing what you love and not being overwhelmed and having lots more joy and freedom in your life? Raise your hands. Okay. That's why I'm here. And I know so many people that have talked on stage already have spoken about creating your lifestyle business and all that. We all have a little different spin on it. And so I'm going to show you mine. So we talked about this. Katrina did this. How much money do you really want to make? Yell it out. Let's just say, okay, by the end of next year, because this year is half over and it is what it is. You can still do tremendous things before the end of the year. But by the end of next year, what do you want to really make? Yell it out. $750? In your pocket. Let's just go in your pocket. Net. How much? 500 in the pocket. 1,000. Yes. That'll be good for you too? Okay. 50 million. Okay, well. Okay. I had a coach once that they said I wasn't thinking big enough. And so I said, okay, $5 million I want to make this year. And they said, okay. And then later I thought, that is such an unrealistic expectation for someone not even making 100,000 yet. My God. No, but seriously, I mean, I'm a practical girl with a big vision, okay? So I'm a realistic, crunch the numbers, and then let's stretch it a little, like a pretty good amount. Is that cool? Because I want people to achieve their goals. I don't want them to be all upset and guilt and depressed. I have a cool tool for you. I have a lot of cool tools, just so you know, and I can't share them all today because I have a very limited time. So make sure you see me and get on the list and all that stuff because I have so many resources. But if you don't know how much you need to make, that's the number one question I ask new clients. How much money do you need to make? Half the time they don't know. They might say a number and, I need to replace my income from my job. I want to make 100,000. But they don't know what they need to make. Because usually they're not even making what they need to make yet to pay their bills and not stress and not take out of savings. Okay, now some of you might be well beyond that, and that's great. But if you need to and want to invest in real estate and do other joint ventures or invest in other things, add that into your need number every month, right? So you can download a little checklist if you want to at that URL and come and see me after if you didn't grab it. I don't know if I want to live on the beach every day because I'm actually not a fan of sand. I don't know, anybody else? I'm good by the pool with a martini. No. But I want to look like this every day, helping lots of people, making a big impact in their world, and just living the life of my dreams. And what motivates you guys to do this? What motivates you? Some people are motivated by money, others are not. Usually when I find they're not motivated by money, guess what? Not making a lot of money, right? A lot of times people, I don't need to make a lot of money. And sometimes they say that because they think it's going to take a lot of work to make a lot of money. We had this discussion at lunch, and the person's not in the room. Who said it? Here she is. Okay. But, to make a lot of money, people equate that with doing a lot of work. Oh, you look like you're so busy, Katrina. I don't want your life. You look way too busy. You know what? I have an absolutely amazing life. And I look busy, but I have a team of assistants who help me. You know that, right? So like all the social media that's been going on pretty much since I've been here, except for a couple posts from here, that's my assistant, right? Now, I'll interact a ton myself, but a lot of the regular, consistent revenue-generating activities are done by my team now. They weren't always, okay? But you guys can have that too. It can look like you're everywhere and be everywhere, and you are. I like to travel and connect with people in person, right? That's where I'm really good, right? Is in person. So I want to do more of that, except future, I want to bring my husband and my 8-year-old with me, right? And get him out of his job. That's really what I would love to do. So whatever motivates you, we have to put that carrot in front of you so you can make more money to get that or to give back, right? Some of us just want to give a lot more back. Great, make a ton more money. Change the world. Make it a happier place. Today I'm going to cover 3 things. First of all, I'm going to cover my story on how I went from working way too hard and not making enough money to doing what I love, making great money, and not working so hard, okay? And then the myths that you've been led to believe by others about what it takes to make a lot of money, doing what you love while not being overwhelmed, because you have been led. And the 3 keys for you to getting off to a fast start to making a lot more money doing what you love while getting out of overwhelm, all right? So first, my story. It wasn't always so great, right? You've heard that before from a speaker. I kind of looked like this in the beginning. Did you guys look like this ever? Like, oh my God, right? I used to go to 14 to 16 networking events a month when I first started my business. Anybody with me? No. Oh, Will. Yeah, baby, right? I was the local chamber junkie. I was in 4 chambers of commerce, a leads group, BNI, an eWomen network, and I was an ambassador at like 2 of those chambers, which meant I went to all the open houses, all the ribbon cuttings, all the meetings and committees and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you name it. But I was known, baby. I was known, and people in my area, and I was the go-to gal for marketing and business stuff, right? Who's the go-to gal in their city? I know Michelle is. Who else? Alicia? Tanya probably is. And they're out of town. Norma is definitely the go-to gal in her city, right? So I was the go-to gal. But this was before I knew how big I could go online. How many of us have been in business that long to where we didn't really know what we know now about online marketing and stuff? Anybody? This was 15 years ago, right? I've been in business quite some time, and as we know, right? And so I was doing everything, and I thought I could do it all too. Any ever tried to do it all yourself? Okay. Christine's the only one. Okay. I remember hiring my first assistant, and it was in my home office, and it was this young guy. I don't know, he was probably 20, fresh in college or something, and he was this a little introverted guy, right? Here I am, and he sits at the desk, and I'm towering over him. Picture him right here. I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, you need to do that. Oh. And so why did I even hire him? Because I was so micromanaging this poor kid. He actually quit on me. Surprise! And I finally learned, well, it took me a long time to learn how to hire the right team. And now I help other people do that, because if you don't have the right job description, assistants are not created equal. Neither are web designers, neither are coaches, right? So I help you build your job description, because that's going to help you get more freedom and create systems in your business. So when someone says, oh, well, I don't need you yet because I need to do this over here, I don't need marketing yet. Well, you do, because I help you construct the organization, your team, all the systems, and then we can go marketing, right? Because we can't turn on the marketing hose and go, hey, come to my website, or come and call me, until everything's set up. Otherwise, what? You're in manual labor chaos, is what I call it. Manual labor chaos. Nobody wants to be there. That looks like that. So I've been there, done that, and I spent a lot of time there because I was very resistant to change and to advice. Anybody ever not listen to people that they actually pay advice to or for? Yeah, that was me for many years. And so now I do hire spot coaches. Thank God I'm smart enough now, and I've also been in lots of mastermind programs and all that kind of thing, and invested highly in myself. Now, I must say I don't always listen still, but I reluctantly do now. And I tell you, mastermind programs and the trainings and being in person or the one-on-one that I've gotten is the thing that's gotten me to the business where I am today. The group, I'm not a group learner. I always tell people to buy in your learning style. So if you can listen to podcasts while you're exercising and doing all that stuff, fantastic. That is not me. I need to be in front of somebody face-to-face to be able to get their advice and help, or go to their workshop and gain their knowledge this way. That's my learning style. So I tend to attract those kind of people who need that. So they come to my workshops or they get in my mastermind programs and things like that, or do one-on-one with me. But know your learning style. So I invested a lot to get to where I am today. And like Alicia, I call it a highway. Your life is like a highway. I love the song by Rascal Flatts. I play it at all my events. I'm a country girl. I'm a rocker chick on country girl, in case you can't tell with the big hair. So, so we always have to be evolving, right? But where there's roadblocks, sometimes there's a lot of roadblocks. And I personally like the pigs. I've never had run across a pig's feeding on a street before. But so what is your roadblock though? Could it be like you don't know which way to go, right? Is there literally a boulder in front of your face like Christine and her fire, right? That's a huge roadblock. Is it some toxic people in your life that maybe just kind of an annoyance? Is my mic still? Okay. That's kind of an annoyance to you, right? I talk a lot about toxic people in my book, Love Yourself Successful. There's 4 types of love that if you're not working on in your personal life, it probably won't reap you the money rewards that you want in your business. And that's how who was talking about leaps of faith? Was it Elliot? Leaps of faith? Oh, it was Paul. Thank you. I talk about a series of leaps of faith that I've taken over the many years. The first one being leaving my starter husband and deciding to leave my starter husband, really, right? Are you doing that because of, oh God, you guys, I'm going to separate you two. I have the power. I'm the MC. I'm just kidding. So I was in a marriage. When I started the marriage, I was an employee, right? And then I started my own business and I learned so much stuff and I went to workshops and I listened to speakers and he stayed at home and did the job and drank the beer and did the whatever. And I was like growing this way and he was right here and he didn't want to go anywhere. So I'm like, well, either you want to come with me or I got to go without you because I'm not going to stay here anymore because now I know too much of what's possible. And so 2 years too long going to networking events. And honestly, I would go to networking events and smile like this, like you're seeing me here, but faking every second of it. And I would go home and I would cry myself to sleep every single night. And I'm one of those kind of people that needs affection and attention. In case you can't tell, I love to hug. I know I'm very serious with my business sometimes and that, but I need love and attention. I need love and attention, damn it. No, I'm just kidding. That was a joke. And I wasn't getting it, and so I had to leave the marriage. And that was my biggest leap of faith because, I'm basically on commission because now I have my own business. I don't have a regular paycheck. Anybody ever kind of do that? And not only did I just leap into like a little apartment that I could barely afford, I actually went and bought a house. And I was still paying the mortgage on the other house. I was paying 2 mortgages and just had faith that it would all work out in the end. And that I was just meant to do this. There's no plan B. I've never had a plan B. I'm smart. I could get a job, but I never thought like that. I always said, this is what I'm meant to do. I just need to figure out what and to do and how to do it and who do I need to talk to and where do I need to go. And I was just always taking that forward action. And so there's many other roadblocks that I might have time to tell you. If not, you can come ask me. Some of them involve massive surgery and cancer. So we'll see if they get to those. What's your roadblock, right? Turn to the partner next to you super quick for me and just say, do you know what that biggest roadblock is? Really quick, just a 1 or 2 word. A roadblock that's stopping you from getting to the next level in your business. Make sure you switch. Because I'll bet you the people that you're talking to right now could possibly help you or refer you with that. All right, bring it back. Bring it back. Anybody learn something new about their partner sitting next to them? Raise your hand if you learned something new Raise your hand if you sat next to somebody and learned something from somebody that you can actually help them with. Nobody? Norma. Okay, good. All right. So over the last few years, I actually been putting together this entrepreneur evolution plan. It's a 3-year entrepreneur evolution plan. Entrepreneurs come to me all the time and they want to make money now, which I can help them do because I can show you what to say at a networking event so somebody will give you their credit card and you can charge it and make money. Great. But long term, what do we need to set up in the business so that you can do that consistently, online, offline, in person, digitally, from social media, from networking, from speaking, all of the different marketing strategies? How do we convert to consistent revenue generating business? Is that what everybody wants here? So that you can have more freedom, right? Because that creates more freedom. If you're on a roller coaster ride of cash flow, you're constantly looking for the next sale, right? I've been there, trust me. I've been on the floor in my office, a big plush carpet with all my bills spread out around me. This was many years ago. And I was crying because I didn't know which bills I shouldn't pay, because I couldn't pay them all. And that was the very first time that I couldn't pay all my bills. And at the time I was living with who I thought was gonna be the next love of my life, and it was just a little bump in the road, really. It was a bump love, if there's such a thing. And he freaked out because he was the employee mindset, right? He's like, oh my God, this woman is so, like, I was just envisioning what he's thinking. This woman is so unstable, her cash flow is crazy. Now she's crying and she's on the floor and she can't pay her bills. Is this my future? Oh my God, I'm gonna have to work overtime. I think he ran for the hills, which is fine because I found such a better person in a couple years later. But it comes down to, like, there's really 3 years worth of stuff, I won't say work, there's stuff that needs to be implemented, delegated, put in place, systematized, automated, and created. Unless you have all the time in the world and you can do it quickly, and you don't have anything else going on, you don't have to take care of your health, a sick loved one, you don't have a kid or a husband or anything in your life, and you can focus on it. You might be able to do it all in a year, but it's a little unrealistic. Now, can people do it? Yes. Is it realistic for everybody? No, because life happens, you get roadblocks, right? So things get put off and 3 months will go by and nothing will happen in your business. I have clients that feel guilty about that. They're like, oh, I'm so behind. You're not behind, you're on your journey. You're on your journey. And it may not be happening as fast as you'd want it, but it's at your pace. And for a reason, there's lessons you're probably learning that 3 years from now, you'll be able to get up here and talk about. Right? We all have those. So I created this evolution plan, and Alicia has a copy of that on her table, actually, because she created it. She's so fabulous. So I'm all about family. That's my husband, Jason, and Riley, my 8-year-old stepdaughter. And inspiring others, my mastermind program, my live events. We do all kinds of fun stuff there, by the way, not just the blue balls, by the way. There's all kinds of stuff. And then I like vacations and traveling, Hawaii, San Diego, girlfriend trips in Tahoe. So this is the kind of life I want. I want to be with people. I'm a people person, right? And so you can design the kind of life you want, anytime you want. One thing that my clients love is that I make sure they stay on track with their personal life. It's not just about business. Okay, I don't make them work 12 hours a day. I'm like, okay, so you've been working way too hard. You need to go to bed early tonight and get sleep before you get sick. And you need to have a date night with your husband because you're ignoring him. So I'm that kind of person that will do those kinds of things for you. And because it's not just about money, I get that. To be completely happy, I want everybody to be as happy as me. I am so happy now with my final husband and my little family that I did not have to give birth to, thank goodness. I'm not into birth, sorry. There's many of you out there that are, that's fine. Okay, but this is Miranda, and she's one of my clients she was in New York City when I met her, and she wanted to have a family so bad. Who knows Miranda? I see your face, oh, I saw your face. And she always wanted to have kids. She didn't have a boyfriend because she was running around New York City doing personal training classes and one-on-one personal training with people at their homes. And the doctors actually told her she couldn't have kids. And so when she came to me, we actually did so much to transform her business models. It was how she was spending her time that was not allowing her to have the life she wanted, right? But she did not see a solution to that. So we redesigned her entire business model and what she was spending time on, and it took a little time because she had to transition slowly. She couldn't give up too much of what she was doing because that was her income, right? So there's a fine line sometimes you have to balance between, okay, I can let go of a little bit over here so I can free up a little bit of time so I can focus on the new stuff I want to do, right? So we have to get to that fine line, which is why I really need to know your need number. Does that make sense? Okay. So now she has 2 boys, she's married, and she's living in New Jersey, and most of her business is done virtually on Zoom. She does exercise videos with her kid in hand, and their toys are in the back, and she loves life, okay? So it's amazing. She can design the business around the kind of life she wants to live, and that's the kind of people I look for. Why listen to me? Well, I know a lot about a lot. I take a lot of courses, I listen to a lot of speakers, and I invest a lot in myself to learn different things. I was just in Orlando learning about Facebook ads. I mean, I know I'm constantly learning new stuff, okay, and implementing new stuff, and I bring it back to clients. And so I want to, you don't have to hire 14 different coaches. You just, need someone. Actually, it's good to get different perspectives. Don't get me wrong. I don't know everything about everything and see everything, but yeah. So this is one of the things that's really made me as successful as I am today, is I am really good with my calendar. And I would say about 85% of my clients are not. And we literally have to get on a screen share on a Zoom call, and I have to look at their desktop. I have to look at their calendar, and I tell people how to fix it. I just can't, like she said, I see systems, I see what's missing, I see ways to do things differently. I know Alicia and I were on a call one day, and you had all these screens open, right? And I'm like, well, why don't you just do this and do this and squish? And she's like, oh, I didn't think about that. But there's some people that are just doing too many things, and you're in chaos, and you just don't know what you don't know about how to organize what you're doing differently. And I see that. So I see how to do that differently. So myth number 1, thank you. It's too difficult and costly to automate and learn and implement new technology in my business to get more systematized in order to make more money. Who loves learning new technology? Only a handful of you, myself included. I have the same cell phone over and over and over. I don't like to learn it, but I have to. This is Lucas, and he came to me for a website, and I said, well, what are you gonna do? So we need to build your website so that when you drive traffic to it with all your marketing strategies and from social media, and he's like, wait, I'm not gonna do social media. I don't wanna do any of that. And I'm like, oh, Lucas, you're gonna do social media, honey. We're gonna get you a website, and I'll show you how. And then I'll show you how to delegate it, so you don't even have to do it yourself. But you need to be there, because you're amazing. And we got his new website up, and he got 2 new clients in the first 2 months, okay? Just from the very little bit of marketing that he did, because he didn't even do social media yet. We just had done his website. So he speaks and stuff and does networking. Myth number 2, it takes a lot of work to do what it takes to make a lot more money in my business. Who thinks it's a lot of work to make a lot of money? A couple of you? I know there's more of you that think it's a lot of work. This is Darla. She's a therapist, actually. So she has a very full therapy practice, okay? But her love is her nonprofit, which is also a therapy business, but it's for underprivileged people. okay? So people that can't afford regular therapy will go to the nonprofit, and they do like a sliding scale of pricing for people. And she was working way too hard and not making any money in the nonprofit. And her husband actually gave her an ultimatum that said, you kind of got to get some money going there, or we got to cut that sucker, right? And she's like, no, it's my passion. So we had to figure it out. We reworked it. I showed her how to do some fundraising things in her business, and now she's consistently doing them on a quarterly basis and making thousands of extra dollars in the nonprofit. And she said, I doubled my income in my business in the first 8 months because of the strategies we put in place. She just wasn't doing a lot of the consistent revenue generating activities that we were talking about the other day, right? Myth number 3, when I have time in my life, then I'll make these changes. Helen was too darn busy for her own good. You know anybody like that? And she, oh my God, this is the video that's on her homepage. But when I met her, she was not going to do any video, whether if I taped her to the chair and forced her, she would not do it. And she is now still a bit reluctant, but we're getting her. We have a couple videos out. But when I met her, she hadn't taken a vacation in her business in 7 years. She's been in business for quite some time, but no vacation in 7 years. It is ridiculous because she couldn't see how to leave and not be in the business every day. So we restructured a lot of the things. She's the one I actually helped to hire the other person because her first person that she loved left, but now she's getting used to hiring people because it's not as easy to keep some employees as, we'd like to believe. And she now follows a lot of the step-by-step things that she loves. She's a step-by-step girl. She wants the how-to, step-by-step, what do I say, what do I do? How many people, if I told them step-by-step, you could actually go do a technology thing, you could go do some kind of marketing, right? If you were told, like something you didn't know, what you didn't know, right? So that's Helen. So 3 keys for making more money, doing what you love, and getting out of overwhelm. First one is big picture clarity. And I know some people talk about my why, my vision, all that kind of thing. Are you extremely clear on where you're going and why? Because if you're not, you have to be clear on that first. Because otherwise you'll just be flailing in the wind and you'll try to make a sale here and there every day. But if you don't have set goals and objectives of what you're trying to accomplish, it's going to be really hard to get where you want to go quickly, right? It'll take a lot longer than 3 years. Vision boards, I love vision boards. Anybody a fan of vision boards in the room? Yay! I do them every year. They're so fun. And things actually get accomplished. I got married, right? It was a year too late, or a year later than I thought. But I also do mind maps. You guys know what a mind map is? It's this. That's kind of cool. You can have big calendars. You got to get organized in your office space, in your environment, and have that clarity and in front of you every day. The problem with Senator, she's a senator, Patricia in Chicago, she came to me with this vision of a movement. She's like, I want to start a movement. I don't know how to get it out. And she told me her movement, it was Lean Down Chicago. She wanted everybody to get leaner in Chicago, right? I guess it's cold there a lot, and maybe they just don't, they don't have to put bathing suits on very often. So I don't know. Who was in Chicago? Somebody did. Okay, I don't remember. Anyway, what? Right? I'd be bundled up too. But I said, oh my God, that's fantastic. I said, you could do Lean Down Atlanta and Lean Down Tampa and get all your senator friends together, and you guys could go on this huge movement. She was thinking too small. And it's fine to think Lean Down Chicago, but when we talked, she was like, oh my God, I didn't even think like that. And I said, well, you have to buy the domain names and, and I got her on the path, to really thinking a lot bigger than she had been. Getting your business into a smooth running, money-making business machine, though, is really the key. Getting leveraged streams of income in place and the right systems and marketing strategies is really how I built my business. You model after coaches and mentors, right? You've all probably had some kind of coach or mentor, and they've got what you want in one way or the other, right? Paul's with sales, Elliot's with strategy, Lisa's with health coaching. Everybody has their little niche of what they do. And that's why, I've been in a lot of mastermind programs, and now I'm still in 2 masterminds, but I'm also spot coaching. It's like, ooh, I want to know more about Facebook ads. I'm going to hire the best person on that one-on-one to figure it out and tell me what to do, because I don't have time for a program. Like, for me, I don't have time for a program. I just want 2 hours of your time, done. Tell me what to do, right? Now you can do this too. When I say live big, my Live Big events, I'm all about living bigger life, so you can create a happier life for yourself. What does living big mean to you? Big stands for believe, invest, and give. Believe in yourself and others, invest in yourself and others, and give to yourself and others is what I created it around back in 2009. And every year I kind of check in with it. Do I still believe like that? And I'm like, yeah, I do. Living big to me means you're where you want to be and life is good. Okay, so that could be different for all of you. But I had mentors, faith, believe in myself. I had marketing strategies, leverage, and I always had to fill my love tank because I have to have love in my life. And by the way, Tanya says I have systems about everything, and I do. I have an online dating program for women over 40, and we talked about that at dinner last night. If anybody's interested, I don't really market that, but it's really good. Okay. Step-by-step systems. Huh? It's .com, I know. Online dating program for women over 40, .com. Okay. I actually don't know if it's up right now because I'm moving sites, but thank you, Katrina. You're so sweet. Do you know exactly what to do with your systems? Most people don't. Problem was, so Sonia is very techie. She actually has an engineering degree. She's now a real estate agent turned life coach because as a real estate agent, she was helping all her, friends navigate all the crap that goes with buying and selling a house. But she was extremely overwhelmed with social media. And when I showed her the step-by-step social media messaging system that I have, she was blown away and she was using it. And a lot of my clients call it the copy-paste send. And I'm all about templates and making it easy to copy-paste send stuff that you can do in various places. And Helen, the one you saw earlier in the video, was like she'd started doing it and she had to stop doing it because she was getting so many leads. So the copy-paste send is an amazing system for social media. I have 3 steps to jumpstart your marketing system to get more clients and make more money now. This is a whole talk in itself, but you just got to get in front of more people more often and in more ways. Most of you are just not talking to enough people. You're not putting your information and your marketing in front of enough people, and that's why you're not making the sales that you want to make. So you're not making it easy to buy online. A lot of times we don't have the right click and buy buttons, or I look at people's websites like their prospects, okay? And I'm like, ooh, I don't want to see this here, or where's your opt-in box? I don't have anywhere, I'm gone. Like, your message is not attracting my attention, I'm out of here. So I'm really good at evaluating people's websites and telling you how to change it, and what to add, and what's the simple way to do it, and inexpensive way to do it, so that you don't have to spend a lot of money or learn everything yourself. Because we don't all want to be web designers, right? So I show people the simple things you can do in the back end of your website, and I'm really, really good at that, so people can make it easier for people to buy from you. So I would imagine if I looked at all of your websites, I would say 70% of them there's probably 10 things I could tell you to change or improve. Right now, today, I don't care how long you've been in business. I challenge you to come up and talk to me about that. Consistent cash flow. This is the third thing. This is what I wanted to talk to you about today. I've really put my blood, sweat, and tears into this home study system. This is something I've been doing since 2008, and I kept evolving it for a while until it's really, it's perfect, and then that's the home study portion, that are creating products. This is a really, really good program. I've never done this before, but I changed my presentation last night because I was just going to offer you a quick webinar series about marketing strategies. And I decided, no, I'm going to give them the whole entire Jumpstart Your Marketing system, or the whole Jumpstart Your Business system, which includes one piece of it is the marketing. Okay, so the other stuff is the business stuff. Now, some of you are so advanced in your business, You might only glean a couple of things from here, and that's fantastic. But those couple tweaks that you might make in your business could mean doubling your revenues, okay? So this is for new businesses, for sure, and you want to go step by step through the process. For people that are seasoned businesses, I mean, honestly, you just want to come and talk to me because it's faster, and I know you probably think like me. But I've never offered something like this on stage and given such a huge deal for this particular program. Can I share a little special with you guys? Is that okay? Otherwise, you can pay $19.97 if you want. No? That's what price it is on the website. I obviously would be doing you a disservice if I didn't give you a little special today. But before I do that, know what you're selling. So this is the second question I ask people. But when I find out how much they need to make every month, I say, okay, what are you selling? How much is it? And people go off into the, well, I'm a transformational life coach and I help people, blah, 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 and then I transform their lives and I blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, what are you selling? The answer I want is, this is the answer I want. Well, I have this 90-day program, it's 10 things, and da-da-da, and it's $2,000, and it's transformational because blankety blank. That's what I want to know. I want to know that you have a $2,000 program. I want to know that you have a $400 program and a $20 book and a $197 special offer and a $18,000 mastermind. I want to know what you're selling so that we can crunch the numbers and see how many of what do you need to sell and where are you going to find the prospects to do that. Okay, so this is the strategy piece of it. But we have to have the right business models and the right programs, products, and services in place before you go out and do your marketing. Otherwise, you're doing your marketing and they're coming back to you like, I want what you got. What do you got? And you're like, well, I can help you have a coaching call with me. Nobody wants to buy a coaching session. They want to buy a system. They want to buy your process. They want to buy the solution. They want to buy the transformation. They want to buy the outcome. They don't just want a coaching call, right? How many of you coaches know that, right? We know that. These are the top 10 revenue producing activities that you need to do. You can take a picture if you'd like, because honestly, this is like a whole day in my workshop. I have an event in, my Jumpstart Your Biz in a Weekend intensive is once or twice a year. I do 3 to 4 live events a year in Sacramento. And the next one of those is in November, okay? My next event is actually 3 weeks in Sacramento. It's my Speaker Success Boot Camp. You could come to that. I know it's less likely that you're gonna get on a plane in 3 weeks, but I'm happy to entertain. I have about 5 spots left for that one. But the Jumpstart Your Biz in a Weekend is where we go through every single one of these strategies in depth so you know how to do it. You have templates, you know the copy, paste, send, you know how to delegate it. You don't have to do this all yourself, okay? This is where you're going to get in front of more people more often in more ways, and you're gonna get the system set up to do that in your website, on your in-person, and your speaking, everywhere. You got it? But I mean, I gotta go. Like the next speaker is coming up. I just want to mention there's one on here, phone calls, number 10. Now, Michelle's a specialist in that. She's the phone call doc. What is it?
Cold calling doc.
Cold calling doc. Her team makes phone calls for you, sales calls, and she lives here. But my client, Linda, came to me at 72 years old. I know she looks amazing, but she came to me at 72 years old and she was not making follow-up phone calls. And she'd been in business for 20 years. This is sometimes the problem that some of us get in when we've been in business for a while and we aren't hungry maybe, we're comfortable. And she was comfortable in her life. And I said, yeah, but if you make the follow-up phone calls, I bet you're gonna make a whole lot more money, you know? And the fourth I told her exactly what to say. I gave her the script. This is why people record me, because I'm like, brr, and then I don't remember what I said, so you have to record me. And then she repeated it. She got the fourth person she got on the line, she sold her $2,500 program to. She's like, oh my God, it works. I'm like, yeah, why haven't you been doing this for 20 years? I don't know. So she is just amazing. And now she's speaking all over the country and all this kind of stuff, and a lot more visible. Please don't be resistant to systems and structure. Trust me, I don't make it too structured for those who are really creative. I have artist clients, okay? I have really creative artist clients that we just put a little bit more structure in their life, and they get a lot more done, and they make a lot more money, okay? So don't be resistant, just learn how. So I've talked about my story, the myths that you've been led to believe by others, and the 3 keys to getting off to a fast start to making a lot more money doing what you love and getting out of overwhelm. Did anybody learn at least one new thing? How about reminded of something that you knew that you're not doing? Anybody else? Okay, great. That's great. So I can show you how to do all this, but you can't wait. Can't wait to do this. Because what happens if your husband gets diagnosed with cancer and you have to take care of him for 8 to 10 months? Because that's what happened to me 3 years ago, right? Thank God I had my team and my systems and my marketing in place because the revenue did not drop. But I was able to go and take care of my husband every single day. Every day for 6 to 8 weeks. Half the day was gone. It was at the cancer ward getting chemo, right? And so you can't wait to do this. Now I'm here in Vegas. My mom fell. I got to go take care of my mom. She has surgery on Wednesday. It's like, stop falling or you're moving in with me is what I told her this week. I said, you're moving in with me if you fall again. And she's like, okay, I'm not moving in with you. This is my what if, what's yours? This is my what if, what is yours? Okay, what happens if something happens? I really want you to join me one way or the other today. Let me get my hands on your business. I know that there's something I can fix or give you a suggestion about, okay? So we have the 90-day program. You get all of that. There's so much more. I can't even tell you what's in there, but it's everything from A to Z to start, grow, and market your business, okay? Including all the marketing strategies. Normally $2,000. After this training, you'll learn the right ways to authentically present your ideas, products, and services, and you'll learn the right ways. Most people do it out of order, okay? I teach you the order of importance for your business to be doing things, because a lot of people are just wasting time doing the wrong things. You're going to learn how small adjustments will equal big results, okay? Sometimes it's just a little tweak, and whoop, the cash just comes rolling in. Your products and services will sell like crazy. Who wants that? And you will save an enormous amount of time, energy, and wasted money. I hate wasting money and time. Hate it with a passion, okay? New and repeat buyers will magnetically attract to you with more sales. And you will avoid the #1 mistake everyone makes when presenting an idea, product, or service that causes people to say no to you. So avoid that. And how to ethically get anyone, anytime, anyplace to love you and want to say yes to your product or service. Do we want these things? Yeah. Now, a lot of speakers probably could say the same thing about their program, but mine's really cool. And I'm also throwing in a bonus of a 2-hour live masterclass we're going to do in the next 3 weeks. And this is just for anybody who signs up here at PSA and a few of my favorite clients. I'm going to invite them too, because they get access to everything for free that I do. So 2-hour live with me. This is where you get to pick my brain. This is where I'm going to look at people's websites. I'm going to give you advice. I'm going to screen share on you and go look at your stuff and tell you how to fix your calendar. And I'm going to look at your funnel and I'm going to tell you what you're selling and I'm going to change your prices. I'm going to do so much stuff for you in this 2-hour masterclass. And we could probably only take about 10 to 15 people, because I want to make sure I give you a lot of time. So if anybody's interested in this, you can buy this by itself, by the way, if you don't want the whole program. Okay. And then I have 2 events, like I already mentioned. You can come to those, and they're really fun. People actually make money at my event because I force you to sell stuff. I do, and I mean that. You create easy yes offers, and I force you to sell, and people make money. And they're loving me afterwards, okay? I've had people walk away with $800, $1,800, $2,000 from my events, and they're normally $1,000. You get 2 tickets. So it's normally $19.97 for the program. You can make 10 payments of $49. I like to make it easy, okay? 10 payments of $49, and you get the 3 bonuses. You get the 2 tickets to the event. That's for you and a friend, and they can be people in the room if you really want to. 2-hour live masterclass with me, okay? Value of $1,000, and my book, which, $17, woohoo! But it's an amazing book, actually. And so the total value is over $5,000, and you can do the 10 payments of $49, or $297 and save like almost 200 bucks. Is that cool? All right. So fill out your forms, and I will see you at my table that I haven't been at all weekend, but I will be around. Please come talk to me. Don't be shy. All right. Thanks, you guys.